Hello, my name's Scott Perry. I'm a professional magician and this is a magic review.
It's a kind of magic.
In today's review, we're going to have a look at multiplayer handkerchief. It's not something that I could recommend. The TLDR on this is that it's very expensive for what it is. The white version that I purchased doesn't really work for what it's supposed to do. The other versions, the black and the red colors, may work. I don't know, I don't have them. But I'm going to explain throughout the review why it doesn't work, why I don't recommend it, and touch on a couple of points of why I think it is useful. Because I think some people may get some use out of this, but generally I don't like the product. That's the TLDR. What is it? What is multiplayer handkerchief? It's a handkerchief that has hidden items in the corners. So it has a rolled up bill or banknote, it has a folded up playing card, it has a ring, and then it has the fourth one that you can customize yourself with a little pocket that opens up like this. So you can place anything you like in there. So the point of using this handkerchief is to make something generally disappear. On the box it does say you can appear, vanish, transform, or change many objects. Those things are true, but I don't think you would really make anything appear with this. That is not something that this tool is usually used for. Vanish, yes. Transform, yes. And change is kind of the same as transform. So that's what it is. It's a gimmicked handkerchief that allows you to make things disappear or change. What do you get? Well, you receive the handkerchief itself with each one of the items that's sewn into each one of the corners, and then you receive a little card that will take you to a video tutorial that has music overlay, and I think the original audio is in Spanish and the subtitles are in English, if I remember correctly. It's roughly 20 minutes long, the tutorial. It explains everything you need to know about it, and there's not much more to say than that. That's what you get. You receive the handkerchief, all of the items that are already sewn into the corners, and then also the instructions. How easy is it? Really easy, and that's why I kind of recommend this for some people and certain performance situations, because it's a very easy way of making something vanish in comparison to slightly more sleight of hand intensive ways of making things vanish. So this is much more simple for anyone who perhaps struggles with arthritis, or who shakes a lot, or has something like MS. So this does suit some people, and it may work. As I say in a TLDR, I don't generally recommend it to anyone. And there's a couple more reasons why that I'll mention in the final thoughts. But it is very easy to use, and it is very easy to perform with. Reset time is instant. Everything is already sewn into the corners. There's nothing for you to do. Once you make the item vanish, that's it. There's no reset time. There's no charging. There's no opening the corners unless it's an item that you've placed in there, in which case you would reset it at the same time as performing it, because the thing that you would vanish would then reappear somewhere, so you'd have to retrieve it from the handkerchief anyway. So there's no reset time at all with multiplayer handkerchief. Angles are really good, as you would expect. All of the dirty work is done underneath the handkerchief. It can be used in any situation: table hopping, in receptions, street performing, on stage, all kinds of scenarios. There is not really any kind of angle restrictions at all when using multiplayer handkerchief. Pocket space is as you would expect with any handkerchief like this. It would probably take up the majority of a pocket, whether that's a trouser pocket or a jacket pocket. This is as thick as a regular serviette, really. Us magicians like to call them handkerchiefs, but this is not really what a handkerchief is. This is a serviette in most dining situations. If you take something like a tea towel and you fold it up, that's going to be a very similar size to the pocket size for multiplayer handkerchief. My final thoughts for this are, if you haven't been able to see already while recording this, you can actually see the items in the corners. And if you can't see it in the footage, I'll include a couple of pictures on screen right now. And this is one of the reasons why I don't recommend this product, because in the white version that I wanted to perform with, there's lots of situations where people are going to see there's something fishy and something weird about the handkerchief. And there are much better ways of making something vanish in this way. You could use something like Prop Dog's stretched thumb tip, which is a fantastic prop. And I'm not sure I've reviewed it before on its own, but perhaps I'll do a review of that soon. You could also use a devil's hank, which will be linked in the end cards of this review if you want to have a look at a devil's hank as a different option to make something disappear. And I just think that for the price point, it's about £45 for this. And if you like it and it suits you, that's good. It's a good product if it suits your needs, but I don't recommend buying the white one. So I think overall it's quite expensive for what it is, when you could use a simpler method that doesn't have things in every corner, because you can't hand this out, obviously, because of the items that are sewn into each corner of it. I think that another product like a devil's hank or a stretched thumb tip would work much better for the majority of performers. However, that being said, like I said, I think this is simple, it's easy to use. For certain performers, you may get some use out of it. So if that's what you're looking for, I would advise going for either the black or the red versions, because I think they would be more invisible. That's the review for today. It's multiplayer handkerchief. If you found this review helpful or useful or insightful, hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment below if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next review.